I hi. Okay, first of all, hi. Well, I'm doing this a little earlier because I got questions to answer. To Bernie, yeah, I'd like to do a live thing from the lab someday. I probably will get a good iPad or get internet. I don't know if iPad does live. I don't know. It it would be fun. I have to look into that. I'm internet stupid, by the way. I, I use iPad because it's simple to use. I don't use computers and that kind of thing. So I was busy today on this little baby lathe down here, but I got an email for film people again. Not the ones that are coming up here. I think they're coming up here. I don't know. They're going to interview. I guess I should keep it secret. Nick Cook and others. I hope they come. It'll be summertime, but an email last night. Supposed to answer these questions is another film crew. I'm supposed to keep it confidential, but I'm allowed to post it on answers on YouTube, which I'll do, I guess, because I hate typing. I really loathe typing. So, what is it? Last night, confidential, you can, questions. Read my own writing, can I? Who first witnessed in person the Hutchison effect? Well, I guess me. First, I hope I'm a person. I know I'm a person, number one. Oh, good Lord, that was the Murphy family number. That's the Murphy family, Mark Murphy, Mr. Murphy, whose television set was acting funny, like sparks jumping out of it, and other weird things. Mark Murphy actually measured the distance some of the weird noises and effects were a long time ago. This is 79 or 80. Ooh, a long time ago. In person was Billy Ross. It says he also did, reports and pictures. Okay, it would be Bill Ross. A friend of mine from Vancouver came over and witnessed it and wrote up a report. I have the report to this day. And what did he see? He saw something levitate and flames move around, I think, as I remember the report. It's a long time ago. Okay, so Billy Ross, Murphy family, somebody from CBC. I was doing a follow-up story on my gun collection stuff. That was 1978, 79 to 80 about. Saw it and was kind of confused over it and left. I don't think he ever published anything on it, but I don't think he took photos, but he was interested. Let's see. Then Mel Ernest Winfield took photographs, wrote a report as well. And Mel appears in Northern Mysteries, a TV show. It's on the internet somewhere. Let's see. Pictures, reports. Up to last time. Last time was CNN, I think. Number of questions. Wow. Okay, Mel Ernest Winfield. I think it was Who Discovered You. It was Winfield, and then Alex Pizarro, who took photos and wrote up stuff. Then that got to George Hathaway, who witnessed it, filmed it as well, and to this day is still following up on some things on it. Oh wow, what was it again? Last time, what organizations? Okay. Okay, then George came with president or the owner of Hypertronics Company in Brewster, New York, Philippe Gallipi, and his secretary. and witnessed and filmed the chunk of metal blowing up, I guess you call it. It was a big bushing. He filmed that, as well as then SAIC came up. I can't remember their names. I don't know if they even wrote a report. Okay, that was SAIC, 2 men. Wow, this is going to be complex. Okay, SAIC. Is anybody missing here? I think there's a few others in the neighborhood of 1458 East 29th Street who came in and saw it and was wondering about it. Then I think we worked with Colonel Alexander because of the Reagan program, who brought in Los Alamos, and their group, they videotaped everything and wrote a report, but it's classified, so I don't know what it was. What happened? There were some odd effects going on out of the target area. As I remember, a plow, a hand-drawn plow, flipped over, and then some other things were going on, and then a molybdenum bar got crooked. According to Colonel Alexander, I remember something weird going on there, and the ping pong balls were up above us. I can't tell you if they were moving, but there was a report written, and I could not get the report. I went through FOIA and all that, and oh my God, that's a long time ago as well. Let's see what else happened. The Canadian government got involved. Filmed everything. There was Dr. Wilson, Dr. Lukand, Dr. Lauren A. Kuhn, Director Colonel Timothy Deere, Colonel Larson, Deputy Prime Minister Eric Nielsen were involved in that one, as I'm told. I was always mining the fort, so to speak, so there was a huge explosion of some kind, but they ignored it. I don't know. I mean, there was a chunk of metal that went crashing into the concrete or something like that. I don't know if they got it on film or nothing, but I tried with my member of parliament to get the report, but it was, according to the letters I got back, and I have all the letters, it's a matter of national security, so. Later on, I did get letters from Dr. Kuhn and Dr. Harold Wilson. I got all the letters. Nice, friendly letters. They had a lot of fun at my place anyway. And reports were written. McDonnell Douglas Aerospace Company, George Jack Houck called the Vancouver experiment filmed for several days. Got some weird results, which is, the video's on YouTube, by the way, if you want to look at it. I suggest you take the video, copy it, speed the whole thing up, and you'll see all kinds of weird things. I did that for Colonel Alexander some years ago when YouTube had that feature, because the video is on YouTube. It's several days long. I mean, filmed for several days. And it's okay quality, and the report is written. I have the report and videos. Who discovered it? Well, I think that was Mel Winfield or Alex Pizarro, depending on the point of view of that. Reports, what? Okay, reports and videos. Roland Brito stayed at 560 Canby Street. That's where I had my laboratory, or collection, I like to call it that. I'm not a scientist, by the way. I'm not a lab rat. He took about, I think it was 4,000 photographs of weird things happening there. But it wasn't turned on. He caught some unusual things there. Okay, demonstrations to... I'm jumping all over the place, sorry, but what can I tell you? It's just endless. Kind of endless. to a contractor, the U.S. military, who gave me $100 for the demo, and he was very happy over it. That was in the 80s again. News agencies demonstrated for Alan Edwards of BCTV News, which got a levitation effect happening there. Also, CKVU TV, film stuff moving around. CBC TV, Vancouver Show TV. I don't know if the reports were written, but I think one of them wrote up a report. Who else? I'm such a idiot. Oh, God. Can't you read my own writing for a piece of? TV shows. What news? Oh, stories. Okay. Fox TV with Robert Kiviat. Producer and host was Star Trek's #1, Jonathan Frakes. We got levitation and other odd effects. Okay. That's on Ghostbusters. Everyone's caught on tape. It's still on the internet somewhere as a TV show for Fox. Let me think now. Going over this stuff here. What? Okay. That was that one. And around 2000, I think. Wasn't it? I forget. Thinking Hard. Canadian Security Intelligence Service. 2 men showed up and wanted to see a demonstration. And they left and didn't say much. They, I don't know if they wrote a report. That was in 2004 or so. I don't know. Okay, Peter Von Puckhammer, Griffin Film Productions, Discovery Channel Networks. Got some effects with a UFO being pushed around by an invisible field. Beyond Productions, I think I mentioned that already. I'm going over all the notes. What's SBIR? I was invited on the SBIR program 1983, I think. Thomas Bearden arranged that, or somebody did. Richard Sparks was my worker. And I got these solicitation documents and stuff from the Department of Defense. Up to about 2003 or something like that, I think. I can look. I got some of them. I had so many reports. I did throw a lot of them out. Sorry about that, but I did. Early witnesses again. Okay, let's see. No, I didn't meet John Searle. Sorry. I didn't want to meet him. I knew he was a fake. I'm not into meeting crazy people like that. No, I didn't meet Boyd Bushman. My stuff was introduced to Lockheed Martin years ago, and to Nick Cook at Jane's Defense Weekly. I met Nick Cook in person, but no demonstration for him. Boyd Bushman, we communicated by email and by phone over the years. Okay. This. Oh, I could post answers on your YouTube channel, but keep it confidential to who we are, the film crew. We are doing a documentary Okay, I'll keep it confidential. I'll just finish with that one. I already mentioned it. Okay, who else? What else? John Boyd Bushman, can you post answers on YouTube or by reply to this email? Okay, we don't need to go over that again. Okay. Who discovered you? I guess I answered that, didn't I? It was Mel Winfield, actually. If you're referring to get me out into the world, I suppose, and got to Alex Bizot, George Hathaway, and Norman Hathaway. Are there any classified videos, reports, either both governments, USA, Canada, and Canadian Security Intelligence Service. Bob Garuski was one of the guys in the Canadian Security Intelligence Service. And, they had a company called Carcheck Canada was the front for their operation, and they interviewed me because the Yugoslavian embassy was getting involved in what I was doing through Mel Winfield or something along stuff like that. Any links? Yeah, there's links. I got links and reports. Okay, there's that one. Oh. What unseen reports and videos? Oh, good Lord, there's lots of them. Okay, there's 2008 time frame. Dr. Ludwig filmed for several weeks and got a lot of stuff on video. Several weeks of video stuff. There was what news stories? Fox and CNN and NBC. Yeah, I think I mentioned the. Okay. Nothing on that page. Okay. Anyway, that's some of the info. I have lots of reports. There's reports written by other scientists over the years. A lot of mail and that. Yeah, so I know that Roland presented this stuff to the Max Planck Institute in Germany, as well as, which have copies of the stuff, as well as Esquire magazine's a feature article written up. It's in German. Plus, a lot of German scientists were highly interested in what I was doing in Canada. Other effects were done 560 Cambie, then 13th and St. George Street in Vancouver, when I met Alec Sharashevsky and George Lissacase. Very dramatic effects for that short time. I don't know if any recordings exist, but there is a lot of lawyers involved. Supreme Court of British Columbia. I know that George Lissacase levitated a transformer and fell on him, and he was in hospital for 3 months. There was broken up pliers. There was other weird things going on there. Now, Georgie, I think, took it upon himself to operate the equipment when I wasn't there, and disastrous results happened. That's why George wound up in the hospital for 3 months. I don't think Alec would have followed him into that, because Alec and I are still friends. And Alec has a lot of information on what happened there. So, anyway, how was that time frame? TV shows, I mentioned there's a number of shows that filmed the effects. There was National Geographic TV and Film. There was Discovery Channel with Peter von Puckhammer. Fox TV a couple of times with Jonathan Frakes and Robert Kiviat. NBC footage was sold to NBC footage from Peter von Puckhammer. I'm going to stick to people that were physically there. Tom Sky filmed 2 days of effects and wrote a report on it. That was about 2007, I think. That's Tom Sky. We're still friends. He got stuff on camera, video footage, and all that. I got all that's uploaded somewhere on the internet. I got to concentrate on witness, I guess. Rob Simone, Paul Stabakowski, and others filmed the effects and witnessed it and wrote up reports on it. Rob Simone did. Okay. I was in the apartment lab. Who else? Harold Burnt caught some activity on camera and wrote a report on it. Who else? Again, the CSIS, Canadian Security Intelligence Service guys. Japanese television came to the lab and filmed it, and also I was in Japan, and there was a duplicate lab being made by Hiroshi Yamabe-san. Sponsorship by JOGM television crew, who interviewed me in person and filmed a lot of stuff. I have all that on video, by the way. So there's the Japanese adventures. And again, the Japanese bought up $40,000 in footage in 2007. And it aired in Japan. I don't have copies of that, only photographs of the producers and directors. And the receipts Peter would have, because Peter would sell my footage. Let's see, so Japanese, Germany. What other countries came in? Well, Mr. Wasser, Global Scaling, Switzerland, came visiting. I can't remember what happened there. I think I gave a demonstration. Okay, Thomas Messer, I didn't give a demo for. In more interest, power cell stuff, which he sponsored for $250,000. Who else? Oh yeah, that I got on video. A pair of scissors blew up. And I can't remember the lady's name, but I have her film. She is filming at the same time. A dark lady. And she was good friends with my other friend, who had an internet company. He was also oh my, this is getting on to here. This is a very interesting fellow. AngryMC.com, www.angrymc.com was one of his things. He got in trouble with the RCMP and actually in hacking into their website. He hacked into the White House and published something on the internet. And that guy was really smart. But Angry MC. On his behalf, I went to court as a witness for him. Because they're asking me what a Tesla coil is and all. I didn't understand it all, but why would they ask that? But I got pictures of us outside the Vancouver courthouse, and the document's supposed to be somewhere, so what did he see? He saw a lot of the weird things I was doing. That's why he hung around me. As well as the lady that filmed the scissors exploding. There was a lot of people filming very close. And in my opinion, it was kind of dangerous. Who else was filming? Oh my goodness. Clara Bonham, Beyond Productions in Australia. There was weather reports are written, I don't know. Alan Edwards at BCTV, and the cameraman filmed levitation effects. I think I already mentioned that, didn't I? That was on the news and it's uploaded on the internet. Who else? It's just life is kind of fast. You can't remember everything, you know. Oh yeah, other adventures like that, all in that area. Daniel Bottomley is filming an invisible piece would vanish and reappear. Danny Bottomley, I wonder where he is. Brian Bardale, another one. Daniel C. LaFlame, another one. Alan Corral, another one. There was unknown people, I forget their names, who filmed the effects. I don't know if reports are written or what, but I keep checking under my name and see what new stuff popped up. And there's things that pop up on YouTube. I'm wondering where they get the information from. Yes, it was, what was that other? What organizations? The U.S. Pentagon, Timmy Ventura sent me an email saying that the effects were shown by video to a group of 400 officers in the U.S. Pentagon. Okay, that was done. They offered me a job, or somebody offered me a job to do something to work with them. I respectfully declined because I like my privacy. I like doing other things. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to be beating my head out on what the hell this is. But that was fun. That's appreciated. I would get emails from the U.S. Pentagon people and NASA. I got all of it printed out, by the way. I think NASA wanted to bring the division head down to witness the effects, but that never happened. Nobody showed up. And let's see who else. The neighbors. The police showed up one time because a gentleman above me in the apartment lab, the television set was moving around, so I got in trouble over that. That's not trouble, but they took him away to a mental hospital. And then I got more reports coming in from other people, or the effects were going into their apartment, moving stuff around all over the place, breaking ornaments, melting ornaments, and that's on the news, by the way. That's uploaded. Upload that news story. Look for it on Carla B. Conniption. Who else? So I'm just going to go floating around by free association instead of trying to answer all this stuff. I have a lot of never before seen effects happen. I filmed myself, and just chunks of metal exploding, things levitating, things flying around. Someday somebody will upload them, I guess. Hopefully soon. It'll be fun to get all that new stuff out there that nobody's ever seen. Other countries, Egypt. I was in Egypt for, is that other countries? Yeah, Egypt for a couple of months, maybe a month. I wasn't doing it, I was just exploring all the great things in Egypt, really. Austria, yes, I stayed with Dr. Peter Kokoschnig, and I still have his letter somewhere. It's maybe some of his findings on zero point energy. Oh, say that's Peter and Dr. Margarita. Roland Brito, he was highly interested in what I was doing and explained it in a way that was pretty unique and had the samples to prove it. I haven't heard from Roland for a long time, and his brother was murdered in southern South Africa. And his brother, Bernard, was on Facebook. We communicate through Messenger on Facebook a lot, and I haven't heard from him for a while, so I looked up Bernard Brito and found out that he was murdered and his daughter was murdered and over a valuable violin, and what? That is fucking, excuse my language, sick. So that was kind of sickening. Bernard and I were in Germany to go to Roland, his brother, Roland Brito. Wow. Okay, anyway, let's get out of that area for a while. Say, who else? Judy was a witness. Judy was a witness to the effects. She didn't write a report. She talked about it. She was next door neighbor at 3744 East Hastings Street, along with Larry Hampston, who was a witness as well. Larry, I don't think he wrote a report on it, but then there was the other gentleman who witnessed this as well. And next door neighbor at 3744 East Hastings Street filed a complaint against me for disturbing his area. And Alan Edwards wrote a letter on my behalf to me to show people about that, and I have that letter still. I'm on a bit of a roll with this, answering these question things, I guess. But anyway, yeah. Petra came and saw the effects. Thomas Lee Richardson, Tesla's friend, a very old man, came and saw the effects, along with Stan Regic, who works, as far as I can know, still works with Amex Salvage. So Thomas Lee Richardson passed away in the 80s. All the stuff he had in his home, which was Tesla stuff, was shipped to the United Kingdom. So it's kind of an open house for many people that came and gone. There was a priest that came in. There was a University of British Columbia professor that came in but refused to look at a demonstration. He's saying you could hurt yourself with that kind of thing, and walked away, and Alex Pizarro was laughing his head off. Okay, then we'll cover that. Now what? any classified report. I think I covered that. I don't know. Canadian government and Los Alamos. There could be others. I don't know. I don't know. Like, this has been a interesting ride. And others who witnessed. There are others. I'm sure I remember their names. But I have references for most of all these people, by the way, in the letters. And had Berkeley Bedell, a congressman, show up, ex-congressman Berkeley Bedell, but he didn't see a demonstration. He just saw the crystal power cells. He wanted to see them and wasn't too interested in the levitation stuff. Talked briefly to Dennis Kucinich, but he never came to see a demo. It was over the phone, by the way. So, who walked in and said, "How does this thing work?" I don't know. Okay, we're covering different countries. So Switzerland was Mr. Wasser, a global scaling company, and then Richard Brewer, British person who we took the power cells to the Canadian government, who said, "We don't know what to do with it. Take it to the military division," and they would know. And Richard was really upset over that. That's one of those high-powered power units I built for Japanese and other folks, and Thomas Messer. I shouldn't have mentioned the last name there, should I? But anyway, who cares? It's all going ahead fast. My lawyers are Flynn Marr, who I was in contact a few years ago, who's coming visiting. He wrote up the contract for Ferris Technologies and the U.S. government, folks. R. Flynn Marr. He's now an artist, doing very well. He's going to come and visit, but hasn't showed up. So is Thomas going to come visit and hasn't showed up yet. But anyway, I don't know where Yamabi is. My Japanese sponsor, he's in Japan somewhere. There were a lot of people involved in that whole episode of the Kyoto Institute of Technology. Mr. Ojiwara, so all this in mail and letters and things. So they x-rayed my free energy device. That's a so-called free energy device, the barium titanate cylinders resonator thing. They x-rayed it. I don't mind. You can have the thing and do whatever you want with it. You know, I'm open. I'm not Mr. Oh, I'm not like, oh, but the government got me. Or am I getting murdered? Or just nothing secret with me. Just open it out there. Just like the levitator thing was all open house. And there's other people that have seen it come walking in. And Benny. Benny. I forget his last name. Who is that guy? Gordon? The sponsor from Boeing Aerospace Company. Alan or somebody. I got an affidavit from him. It's $80,000 he gave to us, Alec and George Lissicase, to produce the effects, which we did do. Georgie got nailed with it. And I seen that try. I know George did it because he saw him before experimenting with it, one of the big transformers. And it started bulging out and jumped off the foundation. So what the hell are you doing, George? Buzzmick, you know, he's yelling and screaming, Buzzmick. We're all shitty little people, we don't know what we're doing. Oh, crybaby, whining bitch. George Lissicase. Now dead. Sad to hear that. He was an interesting person. I met him at Satellite Electronics on Main Street. He comes up to me and said, "Are you John Hutchison?" Yes. I would like to come back to Owl Industries, our little company, and meet Alec. Yeah. So I then went back there, and Alec and I are still best friends, by the way. I mentioned that before. I know. But I hope Alec is supposed to visit here sometime, and we'll have a feast. I really like Alec. We did all the witchy energy together. A lot of people are private. They don't want to write a report or on a lunatic like me, for Pete's sake. You know, it's just one of those things, or they're just lazy. You know, it's just life is like that. I'm pretty damn lazy. I kind of backed out of society ever since I was born. I didn't want to drive a car. I didn't want to own a phone. Ian Gazda actually got me a phone. And I probably didn't even know how to get a phone. I paid my electric bill. I took apart warships. That's my expertise in machine tools, and went scrounging and finding things all over the place. Recently, as well, I go comb scrapyards and find things. Oh, I like doing that. And a lot of it is eBay stuff. But you gotta keep away from the capitalist pigs. I hate those people. I loathe them. The money sucking assholes. I'm also money hungry a little bit because I need things, and things cost money, and they're not Vancouver anymore. Vancouver stuff was mostly free, except for the guns and firearms. I had to save up for those or work. I worked with Tom Bongalis on his guns and tanks, solvent tanks, cleaning all the guns, and would get credits for the guns I like buying, and machine guns and all that stuff. And there was grease all over the place with those things, black grease. And I washed them up and cleaned them up in the solvent tank in his garage. He was on 21st Street in North Vancouver, and had a house built on a gigantic vault. All his precious gun collection. I got a picture of him in his vault, by the way. It's on my iPad. I copied it from a picture I took a long time ago. Wow, I'm still living at home. My dad was very supportive. He'd take me to Tom Bongalis and other gun places. Harkley and Hayward in Vancouver. Got my first double barrel 12 gauge shotgun and a Ross rifle 303 straight pull bolt action at 11 years old. And then from there I collected other things and collected, still collecting, which reminds me to show off my Spencer carbine rifle that could have been affected by the Hutchison effect. I can't show you, it'd take forever to show you what I have anyway. I won't go there for now. Okay, well, who else? Way back. So Billy Ross, I don't know if he's still alive. Mel Winfield passed away. You can see him in Northern Mysteries. He wrote a report. Alan Edwards of BCTV, who covered me in 1978 on gun control issues. Later covered me a few other times too with this levitation stuff, and then CKVU TV, Vancouver show. Michael Winlaw and Thomas Lee Richardson. I'm going over some people just to see if I can get. There's a lot of stuff out there. I have no idea who wrote up what. But Lawrence St. Ives, his great aunt, was Tesla's secretary. So one of these, when the news media airs something, it's usually people say, "Oh, I must contact," which they were doing. So one gentleman, aircraft pilot, came over and talked about rotating mercury in rings and stuff like that, which is intriguing. It's like, yeah, I know mercury. It's very active stuff, so it's highly active. It'll show up in the dark. It makes radio sounds. You can try it yourself. Get an old thermometer and get the mercury out and shake it in a little container and put antennas in it. You know, hear radio signals and look at it in the dark. Yeah, it works. Oh, what was that? What am I doing now? Oh, that was another question. Well, making number one stupid videos. Which I love doing. And rebuilding stuff. So I want to get some huge effects in regard to time dilation if possible. Dr. Mel is doing it with lasers in a circular pattern. I wonder how he's doing, as well as get some weird effects and tap into the unknown areas, psychic areas that can come out and be recorded, which we already have done. But it was filmed over a year ago, and now I'm rebuilding everything here, and we're gonna have some very interesting stuff. The most mundane thing would probably be lightning or ball lightning. So why not? I did it before. I know what to do to create that. And it's just really fun stuff. So that could be something good. Time dilation, preferably. I just affect metal samples or levitation, I guess. So I mean, what the question is, since scientists can't grab it or get involved with it, what good is it? All I know, it's got to do with uranium ore and mass. Something to do with mass, and it's atomic. It's got to be atomic. You know, you got all these guys that are into anti-gravity and that. Oh, well, you know, the ion lifters or repulsion coils and this old stuff that people have been doing for a long time. Even I did it too. I'm just looking at my funny little lathe on the floor there. I'm gonna finish that off tomorrow. I guess I got a motor for it, an old vintage motor. I don't know if you can see it or not, but oh well. Yeah, that's why my hands are dirty. Yeah, I'm not dedicated to like science, really. I like studying life extension and all the things you can do to prevent aging. Okay. And machine tools and vintage warships and vintage everything. Okay. I have a lot of interest. So this anti-gravity stuff, it just fell in that category of Tesla's work, and it was basically an accidental discovery, which was fairly repeatable for me, and caught the attention of Bill Ross and Mel Winfield and others, who brought it to the attention of Alex Pissarro, who was interested, and then brought it to good friend and very respected George Hathaway, and then that. Oh wow, that's a long time ago. Some of the effects were telephone poles moving around, like wavering, a weird thing with the wires going around like that. I don't know if Norman Hathaway saw that. I can't, I don't know, but I got his letters anyway. So anyway. And I act silly ever since I was born. But I'm dead serious. I could be very serious and very, because working with high voltage firearms or warships, you gotta be serious. No fucking around, goofing around. Excuse my French, but it's in Canada, firearm ownership in those days was serious stuff, and you had to take a safety course through the RCMP. No criminal record, no problems with mental health and all that. So I got my license. I bought some guns in Germany, and I filled out all the forms and shipped them over here. I still have them. Delta Airlines, firearms unloaded. I got the tag. I got all the paperwork. Blah 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 blah. So it's fun to act silly. Come on. Different interests. Machine tools never act ridiculous or stupid or wear clothing around a lathe or drilling machine or milling machine. I work the things like this, right? Don't wear anything. And I did machining totally naked in the apartment. I'm not kidding. The secret's out. Oh my god. The secret's out, doctor. Oh, doctor. I want to play with my tits. I didn't say that, did I? Guess I didn't, did I? Yeah, I know. Kind of strange looking. I don't know. That's some tape over that. White tape. Anyway. A lot of times in the apartment lab, it's vacation time when the girl comes. Anne Marie Howe, had to meet her. She was an infomaniac, and I enjoyed every minute of it. 2 months. Yeah, so I'm wandering off course with the H effect stuff, huh? Then there's Donna Gumpo from Texas, and then there was many. My mind wandering, you know. I can't help it. I'm crazy, not that way, but there was a lady from Los Angeles, and there was others, and many others. That my place is like a hooer house. I'm not kidding. I ain't kidding. I mean, I had a lot of fun with many different partners. Some were in whips and chains. There was Marianne Miller, and there was some guys too. You want a spanking? Sure, I want a spanking. Come on, give on. So I had fun that way too. I'm not programmed to reject people because of skin color and nationality or religion. If they're good people, they're good people. If they're nasty people, I have nothing to do with them. I don't like Nazis. I hate those horrible psychopathic killers. It irks me. I had a lot of family members go that way, fighting World War I and II. It's so hard to comprehend it, how Germany turned so evil. Beyond comprehension. But anyway, I'm wandering off course again, aren't I? How long have I been chatting now for? Let's see. Oh, 47 minutes. Oh, well. That's why I took time out to make this video, because of the request from the filmmaker down the south. And anything else here I'm missing? Oh, Red Bull commercial. Yeah, I did a levitating can of Red Bull. I think that was in 2006 or something like that. I did that. I don't know what I was through a friend of mine, actress friend, Sandra Fox. I met with Kirk R. Thatcher in LA a long time ago, and we kept in contact since then. Okay, that was, I don't know whatever happened to that stuff, but she sent me H2O water, a whole carton of it with a nice letter and that, and I sent her a copy of that video. But again, you know, you can send copies to people, and if they use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. But yeah, I remember that now. Huh. Wow. Sandy Fox and Kirk Thatcher, good people. I met up with Koryanka Kilsher in Gulf of Mexico. We were doing cleaning the Gulf oil mess up. Trying to with radio waves. I met Balloon Boy, or that's what they call him, but he's Richard Heaney, friends with Boyd Bushman at the Gulf. I got videos of us. I did a commercial for his bear scratch. We had a lot of fun together, and his family, entire family, who analyzed the samples. And see how my mind wanders? The scientists who did analysis on the samples and before and after. I got the reports uploaded on SlideShare. John K. Hutchison. You can find all that info there. That was, oh, what's his name? The scientist guy. I almost had his name. Steve Colburn. That's his name. So we have covered Pentagon, Canada, and Department of National Defense Canada. Unseen, a lot of unseen reports. That's done. What else? Anything else? I'm so... Yeah, I covered that. He's a Danny. Yeah, I answered, what are you doing now? Let's put it this way. That depends on what mood I get into. Wink, wink. Had to put that in there for the hell of it. Sometimes they disappear and do funny things. Can't do them in public, right? Right. Anyway, we won't go there. Any classes? Yeah, that's CIA. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Actually, didn't put me to work get UFO reports from the CIA people. John M. Wright was my privacy coordinator. Colonel Rogers also helped me out. I got all his letters and I got all the rules and regulations that notarized it. Yeah, all those reports I sent to Ian, she used a few of them, I believe. I still saved one that was interesting. It was the UFO parts. It fell out of the sky and they are analyzing them, and a copy of that. I tried it on the internet, but it's almost unreadable, but you can almost read it if you go letter by letter by letter. You can read the analysis of the metal and all that stuff. Still got that one. And the rest of them I tossed. They were just didn't hold any good info, in my opinion. Okay, so I answered all that, so I'm going to take all this stuff. I wrote it down last night. Then I got a Zoom call coming up Wednesday with somebody, another film guy. Oh, Patra, Roland Brito, Billy Ross report. Oh, what is that one? All right. I guess I answered the question. I guess a number of people's questions. Okay, so that's done. What have we got here? Scrapyard pieces. Putting this on a handle on one of these machines down here. What a funny little lathe. I mean, it was used for something. So delicate. Actually, I think it's lighter than a mini lathe, a Chinese mini lathe. I don't know. There's so many interesting, fun things to play with. Besides, wink, wink. We all play choke the chicken, don't we? All right, I'm going for a smoke. You can join me if you want. Do an hour-long talk. Yeah, so here we are. I'm still organizing. Try and get everything about chest high. It's going to take a while. Used up all the tables already. Wow. I mean, some of these things are 100 pounds each, you know, and all these got to be on the rack. Oop. Put that in there. In my previous laboratories, if you want to call them that, collections, usually it takes several years to get it going again, kind of thing. The warships sped up everything. And a lot of goodies on them Navy ships. As far as on the HMC, Mackenzie, Columbia, Saskatchewan, Yukon, and a few other things I got. Other fans. I didn't ask for any money. No money. Never had $250,000 from somebody working on power cells. This is all free stuff. I just wanted stuff off the warship. And boy, did I get a lot of stuff. Still got some of it here. But I wanted to learn. I even acted as a fireman. Gosh, why didn't it work? Ah, okay. Let me have it hard up. Oh yeah. Where am I? Yeah. So it's sunny out today too. And I'll be sitting in that sun. If I can get to be totally naked, I will be. I'm a sun worshiper and I love the sun, sitting with my skirt on. In the sun. Getting darker and darker. Move around here with this. So what did I talk about in this other video I did? I was mentioning the young generation coming up, doing all this weird stuff, which is a good thing. They know a lot more than I do. Now the old generation's gone by the wayside, unfortunately. But oh wow, they went to the final frontier. Is this thing slipping or what? Yeah. So some of the topics these days, artificial intelligence. I think Charles Crawford III got me on that topic. Chatbots. I'm really don't even know about them. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. I know someday it's going to be reality where there's going to be artificial entities walking around, just programmed genetic material into living units, artificial. It's all coming true. I mean, eventually it'll come true. There'll be a lot of kicking and fighting and screaming and yelling about it, but oh well. Well, humans always do that. Ignorance is bliss. A lot of ignorant humans out there. Charlie Crawford is way ahead of his time, so I suggested he connect up with the Department of Defense's SBIR program. Might get an opportunity to get something going for him. He wrote me an email saying he wanted to be an apprentice with me, but I'm just a crazy, uncontrolled lunatic, so I wouldn't be a good apprentice. You can see it now, and he'd be working on something. I'm going to switch my gears and work on something else. But that's a nice email. Thanks, Charles Crawford III. I think you could probably teach me stuff. I'm still stuck in the vacuum tube era and transistor era, so you guys and Bernie, all you guys are a lot smarter than I am. Guarantee it. You are. I'm just an overglorified scrap collector, so get with the program. Come on! Super horny all the time and eating vitamins and playing tiddlywinks. Do my own dentistry, which gotta fix those things. Oh, anyway, I just like talking to ravens and animals, sitting out in the sun, going wah 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 wah. Woo-hoo. That's what the raven's saying. There's Evie, the doggy, going munchy munchy lick lick lick. Oh yeah, just a crazy person. Well, not insane, but that's silly. Because I like to act silly, and I'm always been that way. What can I say, you know? But not around certain things, certain people. And more normal, which is. Yes, Mr. Watson, I think that it's not a good idea to take that kind of thing, or those chemicals for your health reasons because it does this, blah, blah, blah. Or, no, you shouldn't be doing that, that's very dangerous. Which I done. I mean, I threw people off the warship because they didn't know what they're going to do, and I said, you're going to probably wind up killing yourself. I have no experience with this thing, so I suggest you simply leave. And I told the project managers this guy's going to, he's going to fall through one of the hatches and kill himself. I don't see, the court's ordered him here to do his stuff, but I said, no, I don't think so. So he's gone off finding other work, so that worked out okay. And then there was others who were breaking up tubes to get to other tubes, and I said, get off the ship. You don't do that kind of stuff. So I've done that. I also was a security guard for the Lynn Canyon Ecology Center. Although I'm kind of strange about that because I let off a stick of dynamite and knocked the classroom study section, all the letters off the side of the building. I didn't expect it to be that powerful. And my dad was there, and Jesus Christ, he said, that I could feel a blast to push me against the side of the building. I said, oops, a little overdone. But anyway, also was fire duty. Some of my things, fire duty in North Vancouver Lynn Valley Ecology Center. Walk with a piss tank and walkie-talkie. I was put in charge of the warships when the staff were not there, the project manager, and I would organize things that way. I think it wound up babysitting, kid sitting, animal sitting in all different countries, oddly enough, and most recently with an electrician's dog sit. That was about a year and a half ago now. Well, yeah, okay. So I've done that kind of thing. Guarding many tons. Well, say several hundred pounds of gold and silver for Andrew. So I take responsibility very seriously. And people can vouch for me, so I can act silly on my own time in my own privately, basically, like here. So I can act silly and not crazy and goofy. Do I do it in public? No, not really. Sometimes I crack a joke. I just look alone and doing these ridiculous, useless, nonsensical, ridiculous, stupid videos. Oh yeah, outlet for my silliness because I have nobody to play with. Wink, wink, wink. Well, I got Nancy to play with, but that's secret. Wink, wink. I have a few other friends I rarely see that I act silly around. Well, they act silly too, so. But they're responsible people. But anyway, how long have I been blabbering away here? Over an hour now? Ooh, 1 hour and 4 minutes? Wow, it's epic. Speaking of epic, you ever watch Mysteries of the Museum? The guy goes on story after story after story after story after story after story. You think, what the hell kind of work is that? It must be interesting work. He does it. I mean, you got journalists that cover stories every day. On CNN or Fox, they go on and on. And Mike McCardle of CTV News, good friend of mine, who does the last word for CTV News every night, faithfully, every night. I know met Mike in '78. He's gonna film the truck coming with all my firearms. The judge ordered all my guns returned, machine guns, 50 caliber Brownings, and cannons, artillery, everything returned ASAP. I hereby order everything returned. Of Judge Cronin, Regina versus the Hutchison versus Regina, who's the queen, by the way. In those days, he slammed. He was really ticked off. He had, I think, eight or 10 50 caliber Brownings in the courtroom. Cops had to drag him, pull him out, bring him back. He just got so angry. He said, I believe entrapment was going on against Mr. Hutchison. I ordered all his firearms returned ASAP. I don't want to ever see this again in my court. Reasons for judgment by magistrate, as it's called. I have the original transcript here somewhere. And another little incident in Gold Beach. Noise violation, and none of the witnesses knew who I was and never heard of it, and then it's just thrown out of court. It's just first time I was in a kangaroo court. A lot of sick people with in these small towns with courts. And that's another story. It was quick. It's not worth bothering talking about, really. Stupid people. A lot of graft and corruption in the United States. Tons of it everywhere. But anyway, it's fun to act silly. And making these videos, I act silly. And why am I talking about this? Because I got questions and answers started with that and then went trailing off somewhere else, didn't it? Huh? If you have a question, you can send it to me. If I think it's funny or interesting, I'll do it. I was doing it for the one guy in Canada. Was the Great Red Spot YouTube channel guy. So I was doing that for him and a few other folks. They kind of appreciate it. Doctor, what are you doing now? Where did the doctor go? He slid across the floor. Yeah, I'm acting silly. Very silly. I feel like acting silly.
Oh, doctor, I love my examination.
Anyway, it was going on for over an hour. It's pretty weird unto itself, isn't it? Oh. Now, what was it? Oh, yeah. Somebody wanted. How tall am I? I'm 6'4". 190 pounds. This is a totally different person, by the way, but 190 pounds, 6'4". Yes, I like wearing hair. I have been doing this since the 80s, 70s actually. I dressed as a woman in the 70s. My mother loved it. She dressed me up, and my dad loved it too. So that answers that, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm. What was it? Oh. Yeah, I'm very sexual. Always have been. Ever since I discovered myself, I was doing it at a young age, actually, doing fun things. At least when I was about 8 years old, or younger. I think it's the greatest feeling. What else? I'm answering other people's questions. No, I never wanted a family. No, I don't want a kid. I don't want any of that crap. I don't want anything to do be family stuff. Or no, I'm not into games. I don't like games. I don't play games. No, not into games. I have no interest in games or anything politics. Nope. None of that boring crap. No, not into money, not into business, none of that stuff. Just not interested. Just like being mostly alone, except for you know what. Anyway, yeah, I get along with people very fine. Have I ever been in? This is the other question, man. I remember now. I've been in a few fist fights, but gave that up a long time ago. Not worth my time. And yeah, if you cross me, you regret it because I get very entangled with legalese and media. Usually call them media on any topic that starts to get to me. I just call them media, but that's very rare. In my court case, again, Regina versus Hutchison, or Hutchison versus Regina. When that happened, I called every news media I could, and I had a huge following of news people covering the story, and I got the newspaper clippings and the reports and everything. I unfortunately don't have the TV footage. Back then, I guess they hung on to it. But anyway, I'm going to go. It's been way too long. Talking a blue streak. The doctor wants to play with me. Ha ha! Anyway, back to my little lathe and figuring out the motor. It's a 1/4 horsepower vintage motor, which fits it perfect. And I found a pulley, half-inch inside diameter shaft for half-inch OD shaft on the motor. That turned out pretty good, so I'm gonna make a mounting tomorrow. I can clean that little thing up. It's just something I like doing, take a break from all electronic stuff. So I gotta go. So hopefully that answers your question. I'll send a link by email back to you tonight with all my ridiculous rantings and ravings and witnesses and junk like that you request. I don't know what kind of show you're going to do, but Discovery Channel International is pretty good stuff, and I thank you. Okay, gonna go.